What's going on, everybody? RJ from RJ Football Talk here, coming at you with another episode of Football Talk. And this episode, I'm not even going to lie, it's going to start up a lot of dislikes, a lot of hate towards it, because, well, I'm talking to the fans. Fans, short for fanatics, so they're probably going to go a little bit crazy if I say anything negative about this. But it's about RG3. Now, it's nothing about the guy himself. Love the guy himself. He's fantastic. He's a great player. But I'm sure, as you can tell by the title, Robert Griffin III is going to be out of this league in a couple of years. I'm not even playing. Look, I saw him in college. I watched him. I said, this guy can play on Sundays. It's going to happen. He's going to be a top pick. He's going to be phenomenal. And I truly did believe that. But that belief was based upon the fact he would run a pro-style offense. He would be a typical drop-back passer with the ability to run. Didn't always run the ball. He just had the ability to. But Mike Shanahan drafts him and decides, okay, Robert, I'm not going to give you my offense. I'm going to run your offense. Which, in the short term, good call. Short term, that's a good call. But if you keep that up, it's not going to end well. You can see it this season. RG3 running the ball. Gets his knee taken out against the Ravens. It's not going to work out too well. The guy ran the ball, well, what's the correct stat? 120 times a game. Or in the season, I'm sorry. He ran the ball 120 times in the season. Sure, he might have broke the rookie quarterback record for rushing yards, and of course that's a sexy stat, but that's not what you want your quarterback to do. He's an accurate passer. Let him throw the ball. You can't have a quarterback, especially of his size. The dude's 6'2". He's not the tallest quarterback that you would like, and he's a little over 200 pounds. He's not a big, bulky dude. Now, this was Cam Newton. I can understand that. Cam Newton's like 6'5", 6'6", 250 pounds. The dude's a defensive end playing quarterback. That I can understand. That guy's durable. RG3 is not durable. Hell, he was hurt in college. And then you go put him in the pro game where it's faster and stronger. I mean, God forbid they hit somebody and a penalty's called, but that's I'm going off topic there. That's a video for another day. But you're playing a game that's faster and stronger, and if you got hurt at the college game where not everybody can go to the professional level, and now you're at the pro game where everybody's professional, it's going to be a lot more difficult. You're going to get hurt a lot more often. Now, if Mike Shanahan keeps this up with RG3, it's not going to end very well. And like I said, he's going to be out of the league in a couple years. However, if they convert back to a normal offense, I do see hope for the guy. Now, getting into last night's playoff game against the Seahawks. Great game. Would I have played Robert Griffin III? Yes. I can't blame him for that. Would I have ran the option about 20 times in that game? Hell no. You can see the knee was causing a lot of discomfort. And yet they continued to run the read option, read option, read option, read option, read option, read option. Stop it. Let him drop back, let him throw the ball. And you can tell, as you watched him, he couldn't really plant his feet. Now, I've played football before. I'm not going to say I'm a professional or any of that. I don't know the professional game. I never played in the NFL. But I've played quarterback before. And I've always said, good legs make a good arm. If you don't have good footwork, if you can't plant your feet correctly, if you can't position your feet in the way you want to throw the ball correctly, you're not going to be a very good passer. Bad feet equals bad arm. good feet equals good arm. You could tell he wasn't comfortable planting his feet. He wasn't comfortable directing, his throws. I don't know if they saw that he had a bad time planning his throws, and that's why he ran the read option. But running the read option made it worse. You can see, like, I remember one play so vividly. He practically limped for a first down. There was a play early in the game. He did the read option, and there was a beautiful running lane. You could have ran a Mack truck through it. Robert Griffith III decided not to take that route and go outside, where there was less room. Because if he went inside, despite there being a huge hole, there was more defenders there. Bigger chance of him hurting his knee. So he took the outside route where he can quickly get out of bounds. He wasn't in the game. His head wasn't in the right spot for the game. And it hurt the Redskins. It really did. Now, like I said, I would have started him. I would have seen how it went. Hell, I definitely would not have called any read options. I would see how he went about his throwing motion. If he didn't look comfortable, I would have took him out. Look, the Redskins, you're not winning the Super Bowl this year. Let's just face it. Sure, I understand. You want to fight. You want to show that you have a shot. I understand that. You're not winning. Don't risk your quarterback's entire future for a year that's not going to happen. Okay? You're not beating Green Bay. You're not beating San Francisco. Now, I didn't think you were going to beat Seattle regardless. Don't risk your franchise quarterback for a wild card playoff game. It's not going to work out. You still have a lot more pieces to fill before you can say you're a Super Bowl contender. You almost didn't even make the playoffs this year. If I was making the calls, as soon as I saw RG3 feeling uncomfortable, which was very, very, very noticeable, I will put Kirk Cousins in. Kirk Cousins is a great quarterback. I said in one of my previous videos. I don't know which one it is. I could see him playing on Sundays. You put him on the Bills, the Jaguars, any of these teams that need a quarterback, the dude's starting, and I'm not saying he's going to be a star, but he would be solid. He's definitely going to fill any vacancies you need at quarterback. He's a good passer, and I'm not going to lie, he looked a little mixed up at the end of the game last night. Kirk Cousins did. They finally put him in after RG3 collapsed with his bad knee, and I literally cringed at that. That broke my heart. I'm not even going to lie. But Kirk Cousins, when was in the game, he looked a little mixed up. Well, if you don't get any reps during the week, you've never been in a big time pressure situation. The only game you played was against the Cleveland Browns, and you're being thrown there with 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter of a playoff game, you're not going to be the most comfortable. If he had time to game plan, he would have been alright. Getting back on topic to RG3, I really want this guy to be in the NFL. He's a great quarterback. I'm not talking about running. He's a great throwing quarterback. He has good mechanics with his arm, with his feet. He knows. He's just a very good quarterback. He's a good passer. I would want him as a passing quarterback. I don't want him to run the ball. Like I said, I thought he would be successful in the pros if he was mainly a drop back passer with the ability to run the ball. Remember a couple years ago when Michael Vick first started for the Eagles and everybody thought he was like the top 3 quarterback? Which I'm not saying he's a top 3 quarterback now, but I still feel Michael Vick has that ability. Anyways, but remember that? Michael Vick was one of the best quarterbacks in the league because he began, it was the stepping stones along with a good offensive line. He started to drop back, pass first, then run. Michael Vick didn't want to run first. That's what you have to do with RG3. Make him throw the ball first. I really hope I'm wrong. Well, it's not necessarily I hope I'm wrong. I hope Shanahan and his staff changes their minds and stop running this read option offense. It's not going to work in the pros. It works in college. I love college football. Hell, I'm a bigger advocate for college football than professional football. You can't run the read option in the pros, especially now, because everybody sees how this whole thing played out. They now have an entire year to game plan for this offense and RG3. So if you're, regardless of the knee injury, RG3 stats next year are going to be nowhere where they are this year. He's definitely going to have a sophomore slump. If you switch up the offense, just run a regular offense. I don't care if you run a run-dominant offense with Alfred Morris. That dude's a beast. Take the pressure off of RG3. He's running that entire offense. Sure, Alfred Morris had a 1,500-yard season, only because you're running the read option. So, between your quarterback getting 800 yards on the ground, your running back getting 1,500 yards on the ground, it's not very good for your quarterback unless he's a predominant passer, and he's not a predominant passer. They need to change up the offense for their franchise quarterback to stay their franchise quarterback and to stay in the NFL for that. I really hope I'm wrong. I really hope he is in the league. I love this dude. You saw at the end of last night's game how much heart he had. He didn't want to be taken out even though he knew he should. That just shows heart and drive. You know, he's a great watch. There's no doubt about it. I would personally take Andrew Luck over him, but RG3 he's phenomenal. I mean, I would take Andrew Luck over him, yes, but if RG3 was my only choice, I'm not going to hesitate on pulling that trigger either. But you have to have him throw the ball, not just doing this read option stuff. It doesn't work. Look at the Wildcat. The Wildcat was there for what, 10 games? Do you guys know what the Wildcat is? It's a read option just instead of your quarterback. It's your running back. And that got shut down 10 games. They pulled it out week 3. Miami Dolphins pulled it out week 3 against New England Patriots. Then when they played the Patriots again later in the season, they shut it down. They played Baltimore wild card round that season. Baltimore shut it down. So now you're going to give teams an entire year of game film, game planning to stop this offense. It's not going to turn out too well. You have to change it up, not only to succeed next year, but for your quarterback to succeed throughout his entire year. So let me know what you guys think. That's going to do it for me. And keep on watching. Keep on tuning in. Thank you.